four-way dance elimination rules. Winner becomes the new AAW Women's Champion. Or Maggie Lee first, still the AAW Women's Champion. Official Dan Perch holding that Women's Championship high.
Of course, one of the biggest breakout stars from AAW, Scarlett Bordeaux, yet to be featured on tonight's action. She'll be in action later on tonight.
Still going to be in action later on tonight, taking on the former champion, Sierra. But right now, you have 3 hungry challengers and 1 fighting champion. Only one going to be able to get their hand raised in the end of this contest and be able to call themselves the winner of the women's title. Oh, Ruiz. On the shoulders goes Maggie Lee, Shazza McKenzie. Now grabbing the both, looking for that stunner. Aminah Belmont now going for a move. Shazza shades of Texas Stadium on that backslide. Everybody trading covers here, Kevin. 3 challenges
here.
3 challengers, 1 champion, and every single one of them realizes the quicker you eliminate one, the higher your odds go of winning this contest.
Are you doing some Steiner math on me right now? I don't watch wrestling to go back to school, Tyler.
Aminah Belmont goes off the
JYD action there with a thumb.
Runs right into the thumb. And now Ruiz up and over, able to land on her feet. Trips up the champion. Now hits the ropes. Drop down now by Maggie Lee. Up and over goes Maggie Lee. Roll through now. Ruiz back up to her feet now, running through. Passed around. Ruiz with a drop down. Maggie though, playing some mind games. Goes through Okada roll. Ruiz looking to eliminate the champ. Inside cradle. Maggie catches her off the ropes. Ruiz out of 2. Trips the leg up.
Everybody's going for pins like crazy in this match.
Best only gets 2. And yet again, roundhouse kick ducked.
Ooh.
And a 5-star across the chest. Woo! From La Pescadita. And you got to think for Ruiz. Earlier this week, she had an opportunity at another women's championship, that being that WWE Women's Championship. Not able to get the victory on that night. You got to think here she wants to recalibrate and become the AAW Women's Champion.
Big splash there outside on the guardrail. But yeah, another thing is, I don't think this favors, you see Maggie Lee, the champion, laid out there. I don't think this match obviously favors her the least. You know, she could be eliminated first, and then this is a 3-way race to the championship.
I mean, we've seen 3-way dances where that's happened before. Talk about Masato Tanaka, Mike Awesome, and Taz. Taz, the first man eliminated, lost that championship just as quickly.
These are the hardest matches to call, too, by the way, because it's a matter of who gets eliminated first, because then it's almost like 3 different matches within one in terms of the different combinations. Shazza's a manipulator. I could see her trying to play mind games with someone.
Oh! Shazza with a perfect plex with the bridge. Only able to get the count of 2.
Miss Marlin with the gear tonight.
Oh, and now the powerhouse onto the shoulders. Goes Shazza McKenzie. Woo!
Straight from Division Street right there from La Pescadita.
Aminah Belmont, springboard crossbody, but La Pescadita rolls through, able to keep the grip. And this powerhouse of an athlete onto the shoulders goes Belmont. And just thrown. Crossbody, nobody home. Maggie crashing to the mat.
Look at the fire. Love it.
Now La Pescadita. Showing off the strength, delayed vertical suplex.
Letting that blood rush to the brain.
The challenger now pins the champ, only gets a count of 1.
Love the power.
Shazza off the top, crossbody block.
Everyone's been going for La Pescadita in this match. Everyone's trying to get her out of this thing early. Maybe they're a little bit more.
Well, I think they all see the wave of momentum that she's on.
Yeah.
You know, obviously last month, notwithstanding, Shazza McKenzie defeating her in one-on-one action.
Yeah, the last minute and a half has been everyone against her.
Oh! And Shazza gets caught. Backstabber from Aminah Belmont. And now Belmont, goes through Mahishral Cradle. Into the bridge.
Oh!
What a cover. Oh! Ruiz eliminated. Belmont eats the super kick, and now Maggie Lee crowbars her, ragdolls her into the corner. Oh.
Sense of desperation in the movement by Maggie Lee, the champion.
Aminah Belmont now, tilting her head scissors. Disorients the champ. Both athletes jockeying for position. But Maggie Lee eats a round kick to the, looks like the side of the jaw there.
Absolutely. Maggie's in a bad way here.
You hear that? You hear the crowd?
What I hear there?
They're, barking for the honorary hellhound. Aminah Belmont spikes her DDT. We got an upset.
Whoa! Maggie Lee's in real trouble here.
Ooh, jawbreaker from Belmont. Sends Shazza into the corner, but Shazza, step up Rana, sends her across the ring.
What is Shazza up to?
Belmont, is looking for a headbutt.
What?
Instead, gets caught. Suplex.
Who's it gonna be?
Shazza McKenzie thinking, why not?
No,
Why not try and...
No, but I mean, if she really hankers down on the submission, Maggie Lee could tap out of this title right
That's
now.
what she was thinking about right there. Why not make Maggie tap and put Aminah at the same time? Kill two birds with one stone.
Man, there's so much going on here.
Oh, Belmont with a headbutt.
Why would you do that?
Breaks up the submission.
Come on, let Maggie tap out. You could have a shot at the title here.
Oh, looking for a complete shot, flatliner. Ripcord. Oh, Shazza looking for that stunner. Clothesline ducked. Oh, backdrop driver from the veteran. And a running knee strike. Rattles the cranium of Aminah Belmont. Oh, look at the corner. Look at the corner. Look who's
Johnny
sauntering.
Bravo sulking out here. Obviously, Johnny Bravo, not a fan of Shazza, and we can see that right now.
Oh. Trips her up on the top turnbuckle. Bravo sticking his damn nose where it doesn't belong again. And it's Maggie Lee capitalizing. Tower of London out of the corner. And now pulling Shazza to the center of the ring. Give the assist to Bravo.
Shazza McKenzie has been eliminated.
I think Maggie Lee's starting to understand what happened there.
Maggie not wanting to retain the championship by means that are, not being a fair champion, to say the least.
Hey, come on, if you knew there was a hair in your soup, you wouldn't buy it.
And now we have the action breaking down into a singles contest. Maggie Lee and Aminah Belmont, and the history between these two athletes. Ooh, backstabber from Aminah Belmont goes way, way back. Maggie Lee and Aminah Belmont, training partners in the same class. Ole gets a counter too at the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy. Aminah Belmont and Maggie Lee cut their teeth originally here at AAW at the same time, making their AAW debuts against one another.
Absolutely a high pedigree there. The training facility of one WWE Seth Rollins.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
Never heard of him.
Very successful guy. And I got to think that when you think of that competitiveness, that not only to beat somebody that you've heard about, but to beat somebody you've been coming up with your whole career.
Frontlander spikes her. Aminah Belmont upset Berwyn. We got a new champ.
Oh! Was it shoulder up or foot on the ropes? What did you see first?
For Maggie Lee, it was a divine intervention. Any way you slice the cake.
Danny Perch, the referee there, letting Belmont know it was 2 3/4 there.
I still can't get over Bravo sticking his nose where it doesn't belong, costing Shazza McKenzie her opportunity later.
No
Early.
half no 30 like a Shazza scorn. I think he's going to have to suffer for that later on.
Home. Aminah Belmont looking for a drop kick. Maggie able to evade the attack.
She hasn't gotten up either. Belmont's got to get up here. This is going to be bad news for
And
her.
Maggie Lee, moonsault off the top, catches every bit of it, and still the contest.
Whoa! You can even see Maggie's even processing that. Gotta thank the fans tonight here in Berwyn, filling out the Eagles Club. A busy night for sports and wrestling action this weekend. And for you to choose us, for you in the crowded space of the internet to choose us, we appreciate it as well.
Maggie Lee was looking for that reverse pile driver. But Aminah Belmont had it scouted, able to move out the back door. Oh! Neck breaker into an edge-o-matic. Very innovative offense.
I still think Belmont's feeling it from earlier.
Belmont, Maggie Lee able to sideswipe it. Shoulder thrust into the sternum. And now it's Belmont springboarding. Gets caught in a wheelbarrow. Oh, and driven neck first, center of the ring. Call it what you like, that's gonna do it.
On the chest. 10 minutes, 8 seconds. Your winner, and still AAW Women's Champion, Maggie Lee.
A valiant effort from all three champions.